Hi guys! In the previous session, we continued with methods which can be very helpful to remove, sort, split, and stripe the string in Python. In this session, we are going to learn methods which help us to set strings and check them whether they are numeric, alphabet, or both. We will also get familiar with all, any, find, replace, if in, and contain. Please like and subscribe our channel and don't forget to hit the bell. Let's start with center method. If you want to have a centered string, you can use center method. The Ljust method will left align the string. For example, I have a variable which stored vowel string inside and b variable equal a point Ljust method and inside of parentheses length or width of given string. If width is less than or equal to the length of this string, the original string is returned. We also can have fill, char, or character. Also fills the remaining space with defined character. Rjust method like leftjust method, but it will right align the string. The Zfill method adds 0 at the beginning of the string until it reaches the specified length. If the value of the length parameter is less than the length of the string, no filling is done. Please write the code and run them. You can change values and parameters to deepen your understanding. The replace method replaces a specified phrase with another specified phrase. Replace parameters old, new, count. Old as substring you want to replace. New as new substring which would replace the old substring. Count is optional, and it is the number of times you want to replace the old substring with the new substring. If count is not specified, replace method replaces all occurrence of the old substring with the new substring. In fact, the replace method returns a copy of this string where old substring is replaced with the new substring. The original string is untouched. If the old substring is not found, it returns the copy of the original string. Please write the code and run it. The isnumeric method returns true if all the characters are numeric between 1 and 0, otherwise false. In fact, it checks if all the characters in the text are numeric. There are no parameters for this method. Please write the code and run it. Isdigit method checks whether the string consists of digits only. This method returns true if all characters in this string are digits, and there is at least one character, false otherwise. There are no parameters for this method. Please write the code and run it. This decimal method returns true if all characters in a string are decimal characters. If not, it returns false. This decimal doesn't take any parameters. Please write the code and run it. The Isalpha method checks whether the string consists of the alphabetic characters only. This method returns true if all the characters in the string are alphabetic and there is at least one character. False otherwise. Please write the code and run it. The isAlnum method returns true if all characters are alphanumeric, meaning alphabet letter A to Z and numbers 1 to 0. Please write the code and run it. The all function returns true if all items in an attribute are true, otherwise it returns false. On the other hand, any will return true when at least one of the elements is truthy. The find method returns the lowest index of the substring if it is found in given string. If it is not found, then it returns -1. The find method is almost the same as the index method. The only difference is that the index method raises an exception if the value is not found. Contain method returns true or false depending on whether the string object contains a specified string object or not. are many ways that you can check whether this string object contains the specified string object or not. One of them is Python membership and identity operators, such as in, not in, as not. Membership operators are operators used to validate the membership of a value. It tests for membership in sequence such as string or tuples. Please write the code and run it.